Welcome to It's a Squirrel's Life board game. My name is Randy Hecht, inventor of the game. My creation is based on the experience of once rescuing a tree squirrel named Roxy, who to this day still visits me almost every day. Today we will go over the basics and highlights of how to play the game, but it is still recommended you read the instruction manual, which has German and Spanish translation. The goals of the game is to collect 10 acorns, 10 strawberries, and 10 pumpkins, as well as collecting the 5 tail rings, which are 2 green rings that represent 2 nests, 2 pink rings that represent litters of babies, and a yellow ring to represent a trip to the hospital for a rabies shot. Now go over how to begin the game. Each player must start with selecting a 1 colored squirrel token that starts in the nest and also obtains 1 acorn, 1 strawberry, and 1 pumpkin. Once decided which player goes first, that player must roll at least 1 squirrel to get out of the nest. Once a squirrel is rolled, that player's token goes to freedom start. If a squirrel is not rolled after 3 attempts, when it is their turn, they must go to wildlife rehab and lose 1 turn. That player will begin at the freedom start square when their turn comes up next. We will now go over other features of the game. The most amusing part of the game are the Squirrel Destiny cards. When a player lands on the SDC square, they select the top card on the deck. Whether you gain or lose food pieces, nests, or go to the hospital or bonus areas, that player will perform what the card says. We will now talk about the bonus areas, which are walk in the park, on the farm, and squirrel sanctuary. A player can enter any bonus area by landing on a square with the blue entrance arrow or through a Squirrel Destiny card. For example, if a squirrel player gets in walk in the park and they roll a 4, they will obtain 4 acorns from the food bank. Strawberries are obtained at on the farm and pumpkins in squirrel sanctuary respectively. We will now talk about bumping and dueling. When the player lands in the same square as an opponent's squirrel, that is considered a non-neutral area. This is referred to as a bump, and the squirrels will perform a duel. Each player will then roll both dice once to see who obtains a higher count, which will be the winner. If a tie, this step is repeated until a winner prevails. The winning player will select 1 food piece of their choice from the losing player. We will now talk about trading post. There are 3 squares on the board labeled trading post. When a player lands on any trading post square, this is an opportunity for players to trade food pieces and unused Squirrel Destiny cards with other willing players. Beginning young players can assume all food pieces have equal value. More experienced players can apply negotiation here with respect to game goals and can assess any value to food pieces and SD cards to what other players are willing to accept. This concludes the highlights of the rules of our It's a Squirrel's Life board game, and I'd like to thank everyone for reviewing this video. We still urge you and supervising adults to read the instruction manual for more detailed explanations. We hope this helps all individuals new to our game. When I designed the game, one of my goals is to encourage everyone from children to adults to momentarily put down their electronic devices and enjoy some genuine family entertainment. All of us at Moxie Roxy would like to thank you all for your interest in our products and wish everyone many hours of fun and excitement.